Start the show! Running down the alleyway, stepping on the hills, ain't no stopping what you can't stop. They tell me push comes to shove, yeah, you don't need a watch to know what time it is.
I'm your host, Big Bubba Luscious, alongside me, the Omega, Atlas Hytower. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here, man. First time. Excited.
Great to have you on here. Now,
Thank you.
wouldn't be related to Officer Hytower. Would you from Police Academy?
No. Everybody thinks everybody likes to think that, but
Right.
I'm not the one that's flipping cop cars, so
I don't know if you got mad enough. I think you might be able to,
you never know.
especially if Rod Street was in it. I definitely know he'd be able to.
Let me tell you something, man. Like, it feels like ever since I started this man has been screwing me every chance I get. Every chance I get. Now, I don't have nothing against the police,
Right?
but I do have something against that guy.
I don't blame you.
Every time I come close to beating him, I come so close to beating him, and what does he do? He finds some cheap way to
Right.
give me a low blow, sneak behind me.
One of his
attack me.
lackeys come out and attack you. What are they called? His
Deputies.
yeah, his police force. That's what you call
they
them.
seem more like his boyfriends.
A little shady there, if you ask me. The
Yeah.
police force. Speaking of that, we paid a visit to the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Wrestling School.
Yes.
We came out after the taping, and there was a ticket on my car
A
from
ticket on
Rod
your-
Street. Can you believe that? I wasn't even legally parked.
That
It
guy's a
says
jerk.
legally parked. I was in a parking spot.
That
What's
guy's
he-
a jerk, and he has to be stopped. He has to
Man.
be stopped.
He's out of control. Him and his online police degree or whatever he calls it. They got.
I didn't even know that you can be a cop coming from an online class.
Right. What about police academies? All that.
Yeah.
Man, he just cut above it, just went right, got his degree. Shady. So, anyways, talking about the Pro Wrestling All-Star Wrestling School, we paid a
Yes.
visit there recently.
You guys did.
With the trainer there was amazing Nate Matson, the man you're very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And you were there too, by the way.
Yes, I
along
was.
with the new recruits.
Mm-hmm.
We got some footage from that wrestling school, so let's take a look at that.
Cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Amazing Nate Matson, and we're live and ready right here on the Pro Wrestling Locker Room. And today, you're going to see an inside scoop, a little sneak peek of what goes on at the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Workshop. Now, everybody knows it takes a lot of hard work to become a professional wrestler. But right here in the Detroit area, this is the place to be. The Pro Wrestling All-Stars Workshop. I'm Amazing Nate Matson. Now that is amazing. Wrestling Locker Room. We are so pleased and honored and proud that you would come here at the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Workshop. When did we start this school? About April?
Yeah, that's about right. April, towards the middle of that month, I guess.
Okay, so the middle of April.
Yep.
And it's no April Fools because 3 of Michigan's finest professional wrestlers decided, along with the Pro Wrestling All-Stars promoter Steve Rivera, myself, Amazing Nate Matson, the Richie Boy, King of Status, Briar Wellington, my tag team partner and good friend, and member of the Threat, and then also Officer Rod Street, who is, if you don't know, let's see, got his police license online. Is that? I believe him. I do.
Police degree from an
He's-
online
yes,
police
he-
academy or something
Online
like that.
Police Academy,
Yes.
Officer Rod Street, along with yours truly, Amazing Nate Matson, and Richie Boy Briar Wellington, who are both wrestling out of town at this time. And I've been chosen as this week's special class instructor. So, Atlas Hytower.
Yes, sir.
We are very thrilled to have you. You have been a part of this class since we started back in April.
Yes, I have.
You know, we're in the beginning week of August.
Yep.
And just let me know, in your own words, what this has done to help your career. Because you've already been wrestling a few years, but you know now you've decided to help out and participate with this class. How has this really helped, you know, sum up your career? Has it aided you in any certain way?
Well, you know, as they say that in this business, you never stop educating yourself. You never stop learning new things. I came here because I heard that there was going to be a wrestling school here in Detroit, which is in my hometown. I heard it has 3 of the best guys here in the great state of Michigan. And yeah, I'm a young guy who's trying to make it here. I'm trying to hone my skills. I'm trying to hone my craft, as they say. I feel like I have a place in this, and that's why I'm here.
Excellent. And like he said, Atlas Hightower, he said this, you never stop learning this business. And here he is a couple years in, but now he wants to further his education. Well, you can't get no further until you start in this ring. So the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Workshop is open to any and all professional wrestlers, novice, veteran. We've had fabulous Kangaroo Denny Cass.
yeah.
We've had the mysterious Movado.
Yes.
We've had Josh Raymond come in for a guest spot, former Ring of Honor and WSX star.
That was just last week.
So listen, folks, this is the place to be. If you want to train to be a professional wrestler, you're looking at it. It's the Workshop. Thanks, Hightower.
No problem, sir. You are very welcome.
Amazing Nate Matson here again at the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Workshop. And we are so grateful that you would grace us with your presence, having these fans get a sneak peek of what goes on here at the workshop. Now, this is just the beginning stage of professional wrestling. You have to start out on the very bottom before you can get to the top. The top could be anything from WWE, Lucha Underground, TNA Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor Wrestling. I've known them all, I've seen them all, I've wrestled them all, but now I'm taking what I've learned after 19 years of professional wrestling, teaming up with Briar Wellington, teaming up with Officer Rod Street, and we're just teaching these young guys what it is to become a professional wrestler. And now I'm going to introduce you to some of our students who have been, as you can tell, working their tails off to become what we call a professional. And now you're going to find out them a little bit more personal. All right, who do we have here?
Name's Blake Mallory.
Blake Mallory, ladies and gentlemen. How long have you been a wrestling fan, Blake?
All my life.
All your life. Okay, all his life, folks. Blake Mallory has been a wrestling fan. What made you want to become a professional wrestler?
I saw Shawn Michaels on an In Your House pay-per-view one day, and I was like, that's what I'm going to be as a baby.
Well, Shawn Michaels is an inspiration of mine. So you got good taste, Blake. Welcome to the workshop.
Thank you.
And here we have a man who needs no introduction, but I'll let him introduce himself anyway.
Real name's Christopher, but most people call me Wolf.
They call him the Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the Wolf. You can tell with the hair, and sometimes when he goes out, ow, he gets a little crazy. What made you want to become a professional wrestler here at the workshop?
Well, I've been in martial arts for over 20 years now. And one thing about what martial arts love is expertise and technician. And what other way to find it in this workshop for me to become one of the best techno wrestlers in the state of Michigan.
Very good, Wolf. Welcome to the workshop. All right, here we have a man who's an amateur wrestler, a standout locally. Tell us your name, son.
Lawrence Tempo.
Lawrence. Lawrence, you're still in high school, is that correct?
Correct.
How many more years you got? What are you going to be?
One more. Senior year.
One more. We have, this just shows as long as you have parental consent, You can come in here 17 years old, 18 years old. We'll take you on, but we need to make sure 18 and over is generally the guidelines here at the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Workshop, because we need legal adults, because this is a rough and tumble business. You could get hurt. We need to make sure adults are supervised, and you know how it is. But Lawrence, I'll just call you Larry. Nope. You have an amateur wrestling background?
Correct.
So we have a martial artist, and we have a amateur wrestling background. Now, who influenced you to become a professional wrestler?
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. I like Eddie Guerrero. You like Shawn Michaels. Hey, you know what? We've got some good taste here at the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Workshop. Now, has your amateur wrestling background helped you so far in the early stages of your wrestling?
Tremendously.
Tremendously. Now, with all the drills and cardio and everything, cardiovascular drills that we've seen here, this is to make sure the wrestlers maintain their gas. They got to keep their wind up, because it's easy to get blown up in that ring, because you're going to be huffing and puffing and stepping on your tongue, and then you're going to be falling out of the ring and getting injured and hurting yourself. We can't let that happen. No, we have to make sure these guys are in the best shape of their lives, because professional wrestlers are great athletes. Am I right?
Correct.
All right. Thanks, Larry. Welcome to the workshop. All right, here we have Sean. I introduced him for you, but what's your real name?
Sean Lawhorn.
Sean Lawhorn, welcome to the workshop. What made you want to become a professional wrestler?
Well, it was always my passion. And another thing, what made me want to become a professional wrestler, when I watched Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's my kind of guy that I want to be. And I will succeed.
That's it. We got 4 hungry guys, all different influences of professional wrestling. Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We love them all. God bless Rowdy Roddy Piper. Rest in peace. The Pro Wrestling Workshop, we're here to start and develop new stars in professional wrestling. We're here to develop the best talent that money can buy, because right here, this is where it starts. If you want to be a star, if you want to be an all-star, you get your butt down here to the workshop, and we will make you a star. Now that's amazing.
Come on, yeah, buddy, come on. Yeah, come on. Oh, gosh.
One. Nope, shoulders not down. Just quit! What do you say?
Some good footage there.
Oh, yeah,
So it looks like some fine young rookies coming up through the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
And how often are they there at the school? Is that 5 nights a week?
Not 5 nights a week, but what we do is this.
Okay.
On Mondays, so it is a open house to anybody who has an interest in becoming a professional wrestler.
Wow.
But classes for the trainees are Tuesdays through Thursdays, 5 to 9. Tuesday through Thursdays, 5 to 9.
Okay.
And it is also open to any trained wrestler too.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. So Monday night, if you have like an interest in maybe seeing what it's about, seeing if it's for you, you can come by and check it out. And there's no
Exactly.
charge or anything. They're more than welcome to watch it and see what's going on.
Exactly. And we also have amazing guys to learn from.
Oh,
Nate,
yes.
Breyer, Officer Rod Street.
Oh,
You know, those guys, even though I have my own
right.
personal issues with them,
Right.
their knowledge is
Oh, yeah, it's valuable. They're all
it's
veterans,
valuable, yes.
Veterans can teach the young guys, and it's a really good school, Amazing Nate, of course, he's been around for years.
yeah,
a legend around here.
18 years,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes, and Breyer Wellington as well has been a mainstay here in Michigan wrestling.
Oh yeah,
So we couldn't pick any better people to run the school there.
talented guys, man.
Very
guys.
talented. Of course, Anthony Rivera's there helping out. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's really good. And it's a really good, sounds like a really good school. So any Monday night, feel free to stop by, check it out. And
Open on Mondays, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah,
Open on Mondays.
see if it's for you, get in the ring. Me,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't handle it. I know, I'm too old. But it's like, it's fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Fun to watch those guys get beat up in there by Nate, and it's really fun.
Yeah. It's very cool, man. It's very cool.
So speaking about the threat, I wanted to touch on some upcoming shows in the area that are going to be coming up here. And of course, we can't forget August the 21st.
Yes.
We got Pro Wrestling All Stars making its return to Play Atlantis.
In
They're
Melvindale.
Right on. What road's that on?
Allen
Road.
Allen Road.
Yes. And you talking about the threat.
Mm-hmm.
You really have a big opportunity on the 21st, you and your partner, Chuck Stein, to take the tag titles from the threat.
Yes.
Nate and Breyer.
Yes.
Any game plan going into that match? It's kind of like the teachers and the students.
Pretty much, man. Like, as far as I'm concerned, when an opportunity like this comes, you have to take it. You must grab it.
Right.
Stuff like this doesn't come that
Oh,
much.
right. Title shots are, far
Yes.
in between.
Yes,
for
it's
sure.
actually a blessing to be considered to have a title shot.
Right.
But August 21st,
Yes, you and Chuck Stein.
Atlas Hytower and Chuck Stein versus the Pro Wrestling All-Star Tag Team Champions, The Threat.
Right.
You know what? It's not no fun and games anymore.
No.
This is the real deal.
Right.
I'm looking to become a 2-time Pro Wrestling All-Stars champion.
Now, the first time you were a PWAS champion.
That was-
Can you explain that?
Yes, the first time it was the team that we,
Who was your
team
partner?
that I was in,
Yes.
was me and Lance Starr.
Lance Starr, okay.
We were known as the High Stars.
Yes, the High Stars.
And we were the very first Pro Wrestling All-Star Tag Team Champions.
Wow, that's an honor right there.
We went through a tournament, a grueling, intense tournament. Mm-hmm. We ended up beating Jack Thriller, and the Necro Butch,
Wow.
and the Necro Butch, I can't say it.
Necro
the
Butcher.
Necro
Yeah,
Butcher.
he's right there. That guy's crazy.
Yeah, that guy's nuts. We beat those guys, and we became the first. And that night was special, not just to me, but for the both of us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It
And to
was-
say you got a victory over the Necro Butcher right
Yeah.
there. That's something on your resume right there.
Oh yeah. Like thinking about it gets me kind of
Definitely.
excited still because
yeah.
like even though it happened over a year ago,
Right.
It was just that it still feels like it's new to me.
Right.
But August 21st,
That's
the threat. You better watch out, guys.
That's right. Also, besides
coming
you
for
guys, for your big title match, we also got Akuma versus Del Diablo for the PWAS Cruiser Core Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Those two guys are
that should
Looney
be a good one,
Tunes.
too.
Yeah.
That should be a good one.
And then also, who we talking about, Rod Street, who is the PWAS Heavyweight Champion, of course, going to be taking on Owen Travers,
Yeah.
who's been making some waves here in Michigan Independent Wrestling as
Oh,
of
yeah.
late.
Oh yes.
And then also, we can't forget that we have the PWAS debut of Jason, going to be taking on Jack Thriller, who you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And then a stretcher match, which I haven't seen in a while, with the old-timer Jeff King against Movado.
That is going to be a sight to see.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough
That's gonna
match
be a
right
sight to
there.
see.
Jeff King, I don't know. Movado's got the weight advantage for sure on that one. And then, of course, we can't forget the special attraction, Greg the Hammer Valentine. in
WWE
action.
Hall of Famer.
Yes, in action against Frank Stein, who I don't like, by the way. Comes out and insults a crowd every show. Who does he think he is? Taking
Nobody
bridge
likes
cards.
Frank. Nobody likes Frank.
Yeah,
Nobody
no,
likes
he doesn't
Frank
like the
either.
American way, I guess, Frank Stein. So hopefully Greg the Hammer Valentine will teach him a lesson. And that's on August the 21st at Play Atlantis. For more information, you can find Pro Wrestling All-Stars on Facebook. And then on the 22nd, there's two shows going on. There's TWA Wrestling, which will be happening in Westland. You can go to TWA Wrestling on Facebook. And then also Clash Pro Wrestling that same evening over there on, I think that's E-Course Road at Taylortown Trade Center. That's going to be a great show, All Out War.
Yeah.
Which is like a big battle royal, which is an open invitation. Anybody can show. You could show up and be in there. I could show up. Well, I wouldn't, but you could be in it.
I could be.
Definitely.
I mean, I might be. You never know. I mean, I might.
Who knows who's going to show up? It's open. I mean,
But I might be busy that night, so
you never know.
who knows?
Who knows? If it's worth your time, you'll be there. But yeah, Clash All Out War. Don't forget that big show. And the Clash Wrestling, of course, is on Facebook. And then on August the 30th, Wolverine Pro Wrestling makes their return at Skateland on Cherry Hill Road in Westland. That's going to be, I think it starts at 7 o'clock. And that's going to be a good show. It's packed up. And the main event is going to be Movado taking on Nate Matson.
Oh, wow.
So Movado's doing double duty, so is Nate.
Those are some awesome shows, too, man.
And Nate could be a little sore come August 30th after
Yeah.
the beating you guys give him in the ring. He might not be able to make Wolverine Pro
We
Wrestling.
want those straps, man. We want those straps.
And I know if it was Nate, he wouldn't put past Nate. He'd hurt one of you guys to keep those belts. That's Nate. Nate's like that.
Yeah, well, we can also hurt him, too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lay it to him. So I wanted to ask you a few questions here before we close out the show.
Sure.
How long have you been wrestling?
I started back in December 2011.
Okay.
Prior to that, I had little wrestling experience.
Okay.
But December 2011, I went to a seminar by Briar Wellington, and I've been learning ever since. I've been learning this. The past 3 years have been such an experience for me.
Oh, I bet.
Like, in this business, you never stop educating yourself, or you
Right.
never stop learning new things.
Oh yeah, learn something new every day.
Now that we have this wrestling workshop, I think that the sky is limit because because ever since I've been going to this workshop, I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel better.
That's good.
In the ring, I'm more confident. I feel like I belong there more. I feel like that's my place.
That's your place, yeah.
Yes, I feel like I have a place in this business.
That's good.
As
always
opposed to
good.
all these young guys, like
Right.
we all have a place in this. We have to work.
Oh yeah.
We have to show that we want it. You have to be hungry. You got to be dedicated. You got to be consistent. You got to
Right.
be consistent.
You know, a lot of people think, oh, wrestling's easy. I watch it on TV. I could do that. I could do that. Let me tell you, it's not that easy.
No.
It's very hard work. It requires a lot of training by professionals. So don't think you can just, you know, make your debut and jump in a ring somewhere and wrestle. You know, you have to be trained by a professional.
I have been doing this since December 2011, and I still feel like there's so much more to learn.
Yes.
So much more to learn.
And one more quick question here. It's about time to wrap it up. But
Yes.
do you remember who your very first opponent was in the ring?
Very first opponent in the ring.
Yes.
Oh man, it was it was a tag team match.
Okay.
Oh man, against my tag team partner was Harlem Jackson,
Okay. Yep.
and we went up against the Suicidos.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep.
I don't
Familiar
know.
with those
I
guys.
don't know if you remember them.
Oh
but
yeah, definitely. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was my very first match.
And who's been your toughest opponent?
Toughest opponent. I wouldn't really call him tough,
Yeah, he hides.
but I would
At a
say,
bully club.
the most sneaky, the one who cheats the most is Officer Rod
Right,
Street.
the weasel.
I can never ever get one up on him, but believe me, Bubba, I will.
Let's hope that happens.
Believe that.
Let's
I will.
hope it happens and happens real soon. Get that guy out of wrestling here.
Yes.
But
yes.
anyways, it is time to wrap it up here. So I want to thank you, Atlas Hytower, for making an appearance here on the Pro Wrestling Locker Room.
Thank you for having me.
For Atlas, for me, Big Bubba Luscious, we'll catch you next time.